Gentleman Style Show.
We're kind of talking about the business. Okay. So you have other businesses in your repertoire.
Yeah.
Correct?
I do.
Tell us about. Let's start with the teeth whitening. How about that? Let's start there.
So I started the teeth whitening business about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I started that business because I was in an office at the time that didn't offer teeth whitening, and I seen like the demand for it, the need for it, and it's like I'm the only one in this office that's doing it. This is something I can do. So I started researching how can I open my own teeth whitening business, because this is something that I can do without the guidance of a doctor. So I had to learn what I can and cannot do legally as an assistant. So that took some time. So I had to learn the materials that I was using, that prompt me to be able to do it without, like I said, the guidance of a doctor.
Right.
So it's like it was all in the percentage of the gel.
Wait a minute. Say it again. What does that mean?
So it's all in the percentage of the gel. So anything 33% and above, I needed guidance from a doctor.
You talking about as far as the whitening solution?
The whitening gel, yes.
What is that active ingredient that we're talking about?
So the actual whitening material would need to be 33% or less.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have to have guidance from a doctor. Anything 33% or above, I needed guidance from a doctor, because it would probably burn the patient, or it would, that's just the key thing. It would burn the patient.
Oh, okay. So at a stronger concentration
yes.
of it, okay,
Yes.
we need guidance. When would that come into play that you would need a stronger dose? Say if a doctor was doing it, is there a particular reason why they would use a stronger?
Once I researched it, no. Because that was how I got into it. So it's like, okay, if I'm using a stronger percentage and I need the guidance of a doctor, why? Why do I need to use a stronger percentage?
What is that called, that gel? What is it called?
It's just teeth whitening gel.
That's what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Optical is I really don't want to tell the brand, but the brand, it's like different brands, different percentages. Every percentage of a gel, every gel has a different percentage.
Okay.
The higher percentage, probably the stronger gel, the stronger material.
Do you need a prescription to buy the higher one, or can you buy all of it over the counter?
You cannot buy any of it. You can buy, we do supply take-home kits, and usually that percentage is probably 22% or less.
Mm-hmm.
That's the take-home kit. You don't really need any supervision at all. That's like home care.
Mm-hmm.
But is that after you've done the whitening and then they...
I do provide a take-home kit, and that percentage of gel is in the take-home kit.
But so that's after you've done the initial white?
Yes.
Okay.
So in office, I do use 33%.
Right at the level.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is the key to what I did. I researched and seen what everybody else was doing, right? And I wanted to do something different. And how I remain successful with no complaints, I promise you to this day, from my patients. I applied a desensitizing gel after a whitening session. So if you came to me and I thought you needed a 60-minute session, I would do a 30-minute session, and I would rinse the gel off, and I will apply a desensitizing gel, and I will let that stay for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, because what that's doing is you have this gel on your teeth for 30 minutes, right? So, the enamel is probably sensitive to that. So desensitizing gel is helping with the sensitivity. So when I put that on there, I put the desensitizing gel on, what that does is actually helps with sensitivity. So I learned to do that, right? So it took like practice, like it took like me applying it to patients, getting feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do this procedure, and after I put the desensitizing gel on for 30 minutes, for like 10 minutes, in a 60-minute session, I would rinse it off, and then I would go back into my whitening session again to give you 30 more minutes to equal to 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after the 60-minute session is over, at the end, I desensitize you again. So what I'm doing is treating the sensitivity if you have any.
Okay.
And I never had a patient complain to me, not one time, about sensitivity. And that's the main complaint about teeth whitening. You become sensitive after you get your teeth whitening.
I mean, is that a temporary effect or is it long term?
Well, it's something you need to maintain.
Right? No, not the whitening part, but the sensitivity part. Does it go away?
From experience, like doing it with my patients, not one patient in the 2 years that I've done the business complained to me about being sensitive.
Okay, so it's temporary when.
I feel what I know and studied, because I applied that sensitizing gel to the enamel. I treated it so you're not going to experience any sensitivity.
Okay.
So of course, teeth whitening is like a temporary, I would say, fix, but you maintain. It needs maintenance.
Let me ask you this: we had a guest on the show. He got what do you call those, veneers?
Yeah.
He got veneers done, and he was saying that there's different levels to veneers that you can get, and I think he said he has to get his redone every 7 years or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Now we have another friend, and he said his only cost $2,000 or $3,000. We have another friend. She got hers done. She was like, "Yeah, that's 30 grand." Whatever she got done. What do you know about this veneer thing? What people are doing now?
So the first one you spoke about, that said that he has to get his done. How often?
He said he has to get them what did you
Something
say?
like every 7 years, 5 or 7
He's got to go back in and get it touched up or redone or something like that. What's that?
So from my experience, veneers, you don't have to get them done every 7 years.
Well, what the heck is that he got in his mouth?
Maybe he got like composite overlays.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So veneers.
How does that work? How does composite overlays work?
So a composite overlay is like a material that they actually just put over your teeth.
Okay.
And there's different shades.
Okay.
So maybe he had like the surface of his two teeth like roughened, and they just put because composite comes in different shades, different colors. So if he had like his smile line done, basically he can be any shade that he want to be, because all of his smile line, which is the first 6 teeth, are going to be the same color, right?
So he didn't get the whole mouth. He just got
he probably had the 6 from like.
He don't get the bottom done. Just the top.
You can get both.
Okay.
Your smile line consists of like interior teeth. So I'll use the phrase the anterior.
Okay.
So anterior really is like your smile line teeth.
What? Okay. Smile line teeth. What are we talking about?
So right now.
Oh, we talking, yeah.
So from K9 to K9. So right now.
K9. Bottom and top K9s.
Right. So right now, when you smile, the tooth behind your K9 shows. So you have a posterior.
So I would have to get that done too.
Yes.
Because if I smile, it's going to be a noticeable difference.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So veneer is only just explaining the difference between a veneer and a composite overlay, because since we put it out there, like, does she know what she's talking about? Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. A veneer is when we shave the top layer of the tooth, and it just actually caps the top layer, not the whole tooth. Because when we crown
you actually shave the enamel down?
The top layer of the tooth, and only on anterior teeth. Right?
Back here?
No, go forward a little bit. No, back one more. Right there. So that's your K9.
Okay. You only shave this one?
So that's considered anterior. Right?
Okay.
So the tooth behind that, we would go posterior.
Okay.
So because you smile, your smile is kind of wide a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So if you cosmetically wanted to change your smile and appearance, like in your mouth, we would do the teeth that you smile with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So even with whitening, I only whiten your smile line. I'm not going to whiten the teeth in the back. It's not necessary. Nobody's
gonna see him.
Right.
All right.
So when you're in a consultation with your dentist, that's the first thing he's going to have you do is smile. If you notice, you smile, right? And he leans over or she leans over and she does her consultation to see how wide you smile. So if you're going in cosmetically and you want to change your appearance on your smile, you want to see how wide you smile, and we need to know all the teeth that want to be involved in your smile line.
Okay. Okay.
So you have, from the way you smile judging, you have your anterior teeth and one posterior on each side.
Okay. I don't really smile very much, so I guess I could just get like these 4 right here done. Cause I'm just like.
So I watch people. So because I'm in this profession, I watch people when they talk. So even you think you don't in your smile, like really. Like you would be, like I said, your first anterior, which is 6 to 11, but posterior on each side, 1.
What about I would get the bottom done too, because those are
the way you really talk, you don't really see your bottom teeth.
Oh, okay.
You just see the top and like surface of them.
That's the most visible portion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I watch people like that's the thing.
So these composite teeth that he probably got in his mouth.
It's big in Miami, from what I'm taught. It's it's a big in Miami thing. Like here in Atlanta, I'm not saying that it's not being done, but here in Atlanta, we're doing veneers and we're doing crowns. You know what I'm saying? And in Miami, from what I've been taught, they're doing composites. They do veneers, they do crowns. But in Atlanta, I just came from my cosmetic dentist office, May. My dentist, I can speak from experience, and that's a lot of stuff that I really speak on from what I've encountered, because everything is, everybody's different dentists, different assistant, different, however, I'm going to speak for me and what I've encountered. My doctor, I'm not doing one composite overlay. I've done it in pediatric because I'm also a travel nurse for CHOA, which is the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
You're a travel nurse as well?
PRN. I changed my title to PRN.
See, now, we didn't talk about that earlier.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. You snuck that one in on us. You must have been waiting to okay.
When we talk about dentistry, that's like my main thing. That's
right.
We can talk about that all day.
Okay.
And, I'm very fluent, and because even though I'm instructing right now, I still work in the field sometime on Saturdays. I like to work in the field sometime because it allows me to keep up with what's going on, so I can educate my students on what's going on. So when they're turning out, it's like, hey, I need you to be like this, do this.
Okay.
So this is what's going on in the real world. I teach them textbook and I teach them reality. So I teach my students 2 ways because I'm fresh out of the field.
Right.
So Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, I work at the Eggleston and Scottish Rite location, and I'm an OR assistant. So we
They're gonna be hating on you for now, for real, boy. They're like, hey, she like doing it all.
It's like I say this all the time. If I had known my passion for dentistry was like this, I would have became a dentist.
You would have did it earlier.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are we doing? I'm always on my dentist. I'm always on their shoulder, and they like that, because when you're paying attention and you have an interest, guess what? They know that they finna teach you, they gonna rely on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dentists is really like an assistant they can trust, because let's work for them. You know what I'm saying? Or not even that, you're their right hand man. A lot of times when you're working with a doctor, when y'all working and y'all in your group, they like to stay looking down. You know what I'm saying? When they looking down, their assistant know what's next and put it in the doctor's hand without her having to call for it or even look up. That's a bonus.
That's a bonus.
Yes.
Well, you have other ventures as well. You have the. Do you still do the shades?
I do from time to time. I'm a person that season was trending in that season or was trending this year or right now. That's what I'll switch to. So I'm kind of like very versatile with the type of businesses that I have. I have a sunglass. It's called paparazzi eyewear. I started that when COVID hit. So what brought me into that business? COVID hit, and I got furloughed from my job. All right, so being furloughed from your job, and you're a person who's used to working all the time and going and doing. Now you're sitting at home like, oh man, this is getting ready to be boring. What can I do? So, a friend said to me, he was like, you wear sunglasses all the time. Why don't you start your own sunglass line? I was like, how do I do it? You know what I'm saying? Educate me. What do I need to do? And he was like, it's easy. He was like, you find your vendor. How do I find a vendor? To educate me. So it's like, when you give me an idea, I'm open to it. Teach me. I'm always open for somebody to teach me how to do something. So he was like, okay, start to create your own line, create your own brand. And I didn't feel at that time I was ready for my own brand because I'm just starting. So introduced me to a vendor first. Let me get that feel. And then I can venture off into my own line, create a frame and then label it as mine.
But you found this to be lucrative though, right?
I did.
Like what type of numbers are we talking about?
So when I first started, probably, what I did was I came up with my name, patented. I went through GoDaddy, and then I did a Shopify. And then, once I got rolling, it was like I set a daily budget for myself the first time. It's like, oh shoot, I want to make $300 today. I made $500. So I was like, wow, I didn't market these sunglasses for 4 hours. And at the end of the day, when I'm tallying up the numbers, I made $500 a day just by selling sunglasses. So it's like, what can I started setting daily goals. So then I learned how to move. So it's like you wake up early in the morning, you see what you did last night, and then now I know what I need to do this day. So what I would do is I would go to my vendor early in the morning, and then I would come home, I would take my pictures, I would get my marketing ready, my networking, and I would promote for 2 hours, and now, boom, I'm ready.
Right. That's not bad though.
That ain't so bad.
That's not bad. $500